So in my last video, I talked about mint and hydrosol and essential oil made from my mint. I grow a ton of mint. There's a lot of mint here. So in this patch, I'm actually going to harvest some of this today for drying. And I thought I would bring you along just so you could watch how I do it. So let's get going.
So it was very cold this morning, thus I'm wearing multiple layers of clothing, and yes, I need a haircut again. I'm just in my gardening clothes, so be kind. And what I'm doing is just trimming the tops, the very top 6 to 8 leaves on each of the stems. And the reason for this, it's early in the morning, and the majority of the oils and the marvelous constituents of the mint are in those tips. In addition, those are the tender young leaves, so they're much more delicious and sweet, and well, they're just my favorite. And for the purpose I'm going to be using them, these are the premium parts of the mint, because I'm going to be using these, well, in a couple of my own concoctions, but also to make tea. I love taking fresh mint and drying it for teas. And just a simple mint and lemon tea is one of my favorite drinks. And with a little Manuka honey, who could refuse, right? So this is just me spending some time just trimming, and this takes quite a while to do, actually, to get as much as I need, so I will go ahead and edit this for you. So I have a very inexpensive circular dehydrator, but it's very efficient and it does the job. And you can pick these up on Amazon for $35-$40, or in Walmart, or pretty much any place that sells small kitchen appliances. And it works perfectly for this purpose. Now, I don't suggest this inexpensive type for doing your fruits and vegetables at home. It works pretty good on some things, but not so great on others. I tried to do some sun-dried tomatoes using it. I know it's not the sun, but I tried to do some dried tomatoes using it. And it took 3 times the amount of time that it stated it would take, and they still didn't come out palatable. I was not a fan. So this is what it's good for, drying herbs. I think it's perfect for this. It does it quickly. Within about 2 to 3 hours, they're completely crispy and ready to use. And that's what I use it for. Now, I didn't pay full price for this. I actually bought it at a thrift store for $2.50. I love a bargain. And it was brand new. Somebody had bought it and never used it, still had the tape on the box, the bag was still sealed in plastic. It was brand new. And I've used it 20 or 30 times with great success, and I love a bargain like that. But yeah, so let's speed through this. This will take me quite a while to do. But I want to say to you all, Happy Mother's Day. If you are a mother, the happiest of Mother's Day to you, and you're young. And if you don't, and well, you probably have a mother or had a mother at one point. I think most of us had to. And hopefully that's a positive for you. If not, I understand that too. I have mixed feelings about my own mother. I have no doubt that I loved her, and I have no doubt that she loved me. And so I just go with that. Sometimes it's best when someone is gone to not forget the bad things that might have happened, but there's no need on dwelling on them. They're there, they happened. Why create more pain in your life over something that's already done? Now, as someone who has suffered from depression in my life, I understand that sometimes that can be a real challenge, but I'm getting better at it. I practice every day. I really do, especially now. And what I try to do is find whatever I can to make me smile. And this is one of those things. Harvesting from my own garden, wow, what's better than that? I just love it. And it makes me feel better. Although this really isn't my garden, this is just a patch. Uh, but the mint is something that I love. It makes me feel happy, so I like to keep it. All right, so let's move forward and see how this turned out. So after 3 hours, you can see it's completely dry and crispy and ready to use. And I use a 3-part process to powder this, and I'll show you that now. In the first step, I just use the food processor. And this is just to break it down, to get it down to a more manageable size. And this isn't complicated, and you don't have to take all these steps. But I wanted this to be very fine, both for making a tea, but also for using in some products. So next, I move it to a smaller chopper to cut it even smaller. And this breaks up any of the little spines of the leaves and things like that. It just helps it to get a little bit finer before I move it to the final process. And that final process is a coffee grinder. This gets it down to the powder that I like to use. Now, you could do this starting with the coffee grinder. You could just use smaller amounts and put it right there, or use whatever you have. I could have used my Vitamix and done all this in one step, but I just kind of wanted to show that you can use any tool. And this is what I use, and I just wanted to share that with you. So you can see now that the coffee grinder has pretty much pulverized this down to a powder. Now, you could of course screen this for an even finer powder if you needed that, and I have done that in other videos, but for the purpose that I'm using this for, this is just right. And of course the final step is to jar this up or use it. And in this case, I don't need to use it all in one sitting, so I'm putting it in a small jar that I'll put into a cabinet. Now, if you're going to leave this out, of course, put it in a amber glass jar if you have that, or wrap it in black paper, and that will help keep the light off of it. So for me, the next step is to have some delicious spearmint tea. So I'm putting the leaves in a tea bag and then adding some hot water. And in about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, I'm going to have a delicious cup of tea. Now I did add just a little something extra to this. That's right, a little bit of Manuka honey. What goes better, right? And this is delicious. Isn't that a pretty color? And it tastes divine. So you can do this right in your own garden. So to each of you, I wish you the happiest of Mother's Day. May you find music, love, and laughter today. And I'll see you back again soon. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day.